The storm is moving away, heading east, and the sun is peeking through the clouds. Welcome sight. Let's breathe together. Start with posture and on your back with your legs uncrossed. Your bed, the sofa, the floor, maybe your recliner kicked back, or sitting up in a chair with your sit bones evenly placed. Feel them both. And lift your chest and tuck your chin gently back towards your neck and straighten the neck vertebra. And get everything lined up so that it's easy for blood and nerve impulses and air to flow. Take a deep breath in through both nostrils. Pull it in and pull it down so your belly rounds. Your diaphragm has dropped down and pushed against your internal organs gently. Creates a nice massage. And you make room for the air to flow down into the bottom lobes of the lungs, where most of the blood circulates. I say that there's a half a teacup at the top circulating, and at the bottom there's a whole liter. And that's a great picture to create so that you recognize the importance of getting the air down where all the blood is circulating. And pull the air in through both nostrils and round your belly, and continue pulling, rounding across your rib cage and your back, and then continue pulling and rounding across the back and the upper chest, and at the top let it go and let it flow out all the way back down as your body gently lengthens and flattens. Your belly button moves back towards your spinal column, and then do it again, inhaling through both nostrils if you can, rounding up as you fill all the way from the bottom to the top, and then releasing and letting the breath go in either your mouth or your nose, maybe rounded lips, and let the breath flow out all the way to the bottom. Good. A whole body, complete breath, rounding up like a barrel. And then you check and make sure that you're not trying too hard, not creating so much tension that you're interrupting the power of the breath. So bringing the right amount of tension to it, and rounding up on the inhale, and releasing and gently flattening on the exhale. Good. On the next breath, take it in all the way, and at the very top, take in 3 extra sniffs. And then spill the air out through nose or mouth all the way to the bottom, and at the bottom 3 puffs to let go of the last bit. And do that several times, sniffing at the top and puffing at the bottom, and again aware of your own tension and not trying too hard, creating more tension than is needed. And each time you do it, you're building your lung capacity, and doing 3 or 4 of these every morning. Over time, you build your lung capacity. A great asset during the winter time, keeping our lungs clear. Good. And now some simple exercises. Inhale and raise your shoulders all the way up to your ears or as close as they will go, and hold them there. And while you hold them, continue your breath, coordinating a long breath with the tension in your shoulders, rounding up on the inhale and lengthening and flattening on the exhale. And after several breaths, release your shoulders down. And a simple movement of tightening and releasing tension and adding the breath is a great exercise for releasing tension in your body that was stored up from yesterday or the day before or both. And continue the long breath. And through closed eyes with your face forward, roll your eyes all the way to the left and hold them there and breathe the long breath. Breathe the breath while you hold the eyes, making sure your face is forward, as though you could see your ear. And after several breaths, release the eyes back to neutral. And now through closed eyes, roll the eyes all the way to the right, face forward, eyes right, and breathe. Breathe while you hold the eyes to the right. You really can chew gum and walk at the same time, huh? So we hold our eyes to the right and we maintain our long, deep breath. And release and let the eyes come back to center. We do have a habit of when we add tension to accomplish something, stopping the breath for a moment or two. And so we practice holding the tension and breathing and creating that pattern so it's with us during the day in our life. Good. On the next in-breath, raise your eyebrows as high as you can get them and hold them there as you continue the breath, holding the eyebrows up and breathing that long breath in through both nostrils, out through the mouth or the nose. And after several breaths, release the tension. Good. Now continue the breath, inhaling and exhaling, and become aware of the length of the exhale, lengthening the exhale, maybe using a count. Inhaling in on 2 and exhaling out on 4. Good. And now find the count that works for you. It's going to be different for everybody, and it's also different every time, because we're different every day. And so notice the length of your inhale and lengthen the exhale. Try for twice as long on the exhale. and remembering not to try too hard. And there's a large nerve, the vagus nerve, and it travels all the way from the brain down to the abdomen. And it's not in a straight line. It branches and turns and moves its way through our body and has many jobs. And one of its important jobs is to return our nervous system back to neutral after we've faced the stress of our own thoughts or the actions around us or the things we hear and see. And so we strengthen it to increase our ability to return back to that neutral position. Putting our body into neutral, a healing space. So use the breath and lengthen the exhale, strengthening and toning that vagus nerve with your breath. And maybe this is a morning when you're breathing like an old pro and can lengthen the exhale beyond that doubling. Just make it fit you. Inhaling and then extending the exhale. Everybody's different. For me, it's easiest with rounded lips on the exhale. Find what works best for you and breathe in, rounding all the way up, and breathe out and lengthen the exhale. Good. A rubber band is a good analogy. When you stretch it and release it, it bounces back to its original shape. And we do this too, constantly stretching and bouncing back, stretching and bouncing back. It's part of our normal daily life, and it is the essence of resilience. And so we want to build that vagus nerve's strength and tone so that as life happens around us and we stretch to meet the challenge, we bounce back into that neutral space of healing and comfort. We've all seen old rubber bands that have been stretched too long, too hard, and they just don't bounce back. And so we strengthen this nerve with our breath so that we maintain our ability to bounce back. Continue the breath, breathing in, rounding as you breathe in, and then releasing the breath out through rounded lips or your nose. lengthen the exhale, and stay comfortable. The more you do this, the better able you are to do it. It's a great practice. Maybe during the day, your thoughts or what's happening around you creates that tension, and you feel your need to bounce back. And so you breathe for a couple of minutes and you take the breath in, and then you release it and lengthen the exhale. And you build your own resilience and ability to bounce back. Good. Now take in a deep breath and fill all the way to the top. And at the top, pause for just a moment, maybe a 2 count, and then let the breath go. And do it again. Big breath, pause at the top, and release all the way out. And one more time. Big breath, pause at the top, and then release and let the breath go. And enjoy the effects of the practice and your own effort. And may the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day.